Tonight on Homes at 7, he took part in the Touchdown reality television show Going Straight, and he got burnt, quite literally. Mahesh Mullahidra suffered serious burns and he spent a month in hospital.
From what I understand, my whole upper body was just in flames.
Also tonight, his life will never be the same again. And New Zealand idol Ben Lummis. Homes at 7 o'clock.
Hi everyone, we are in for a very wet day. There's all sorts of action happening out in the Tasman and we have heavy rain warnings in all directions. Before we get to that, let's see how it was today. We had highs in the south ranging from 10 in Oamaru up to 16 in Blenheim, 13 for Invercargill and Queenstown, 15 for Westport and 14 in Hokitika and Nelson. Wellington had a little more rain than we expected today. Kapiti got to 20, sharing the high with Hastings and Kaitaia, 19 for Levin, Palmerston North and Wanganui, 15 today in Taupo, and we have a lineup of 19s for Thames, Auckland and Whangarei. Now we really are the land of the long white cloud. This cloud here hooks right around into a low near Tasmania, and there's another low up here, and yes, it is coming our way. We have a mass of saturated air that's descending on us, bringing a lot of rain. This low here should be northwest of Bulla by lunchtime, and the fronts travelling with it move across the country. Things should ease a little once this front has gone through, but this one over the South Island slows down as it goes across. So it means rain just about everywhere in the south, with heavy falls for Nelson and Bulla. The easterly should be gusty through Southland and Fiordland, then in Canterbury after lunch. Now things should start to ease in the west in the afternoon, but the gusty easterly will increase in Southland, Fiordland and Otago. And we have heavy rain over Northland, Auckland, the Coromandel Peninsula, with the northerly of course rising to gale force. It should really be wet everywhere else too in the morning, apart from around Gisborne and Hawke's Bay. After lunch, here it comes, the change to Northland. Just a few showers and lighter winds. Otherwise, it's rain right across the rest of the island. Some heavy rain for northern Taranaki and the Bay of Plenty. The strong northerly should also affect most of the island. So wrapping up those heavy rain warnings, they cover the ranges of Westland and Nelson, Taranaki, Central High Country from Taumarunui to Taupo, including the southern Waikato Hill Country and the Whanganui River headwaters and the Bay of Plenty ranges. We also, on top of all that, have a severe weather watch for central Canterbury and the eastern Otago Hills, might as well say just about everywhere. So prepare for the rain to set in here, and with it comes a strong easterly wind. The high is about 13 for everyone tomorrow, and more rain here that could be heavy at times. Expect the wind to pick up right through as well. And then it's still wet. Nelson should get some heavy rain. The wind is strong and the high around 17 degrees. Now Napier and Hastings should start the day with cloud, but there's no escaping the rain tomorrow and the strong or blustery wind that everyone's getting. And Gisborne's in the same boat, although it will still be fairly warm. Prepare though for some very strong wind. And things should improve in Kaitaia in the afternoon after the heavy rain. We also have some heavy rain for Tauranga and Whakatane. And big winds, of course. Well, it's raincoats, not brollies for Dunedin, with rain becoming more persistent and heavier, and the easterly picks up as the day goes by. Dunedin's on 9 degrees right now. Christchurch is a couple of degrees warmer. Now, I wouldn't plan on hanging the washing out tomorrow. Wind would blow it away anyway. The rain moves into Wellington in the morning, but there are signs that things should be easing by tomorrow night. We've got a wind change for Wellington from a northerly to a southeasterly. And I wouldn't bank on gardening in Hamilton tomorrow, with heavy rain, then showers. Should be some fine breaks later in the day though, but it is going to be very windy again. Still fairly warm in Auckland tonight with 18 degrees. Could be tricky drive to work in the morning. Widespread rain, could be heavy for a while, plus northerly gales. The drive home should be a little better with a few showers and some fine spells. Now the neighbours are very settled compared to us. Just some cloud for Perth and Adelaide and some showers tomorrow in New Caledonia and Rarotonga. Well, Thursday's still fairly murky. The rain around the Bay of Plenty and Hawke's Bay should clear. The Chatham should get rain and brisk northeasterlies. And then to Friday, more rain, especially in the North Island, but not as much wind. The north and west of the South Island should see some sunshine, and out in the Chathams, cool southerlies should bring some showers. Now, once we've got through this very eventful week of weather, on Saturday, we should have some showers in the north and east of the North Island, but it should be mostly fine everywhere else.
Thank goodness for that. Thank you, Kay. Our top stories this news hour. South Island tribe Ngāi Tahu is taking the dispute over the seabed and foreshore to the United Nations. It's accusing the government of discrimination and abuses of human rights. But the Deputy Prime Minister says he'll defend the government's position in any forum. And the New Zealand engineer shot dead in northern Iraq has been named. He was John Tyrrell, formerly from New Plymouth. Mr. Tyrrell was shot along with a South African colleague during an ambush in Kirkuk. He'd been living in Thailand for several years and is survived by his wife and children. And that's One News this Tuesday. Tonight's along at 10:35. From the team at 6, though. Good night.
When was your grandmother murdered? 1939.
This is my first 65-year-old cadaver.
She fought back, broke 3 fingernails. Maybe the dude left a souvenir.